From struggling to show up at the next major to considering retirement after 37 years of being the GOAT of golf, it's safe to say that Tiger Woods' future is a little shaky at the moment. The recent Masters alone was enough evidence of that. Ever since his gruesome car crash in February 2021, the entire golfing world has been waiting, fingers crossed, to see if the undisputed king of the game could summon yet another comeback. But I think we can all finally agree that there will be no resurrections this time. What happened at Augusta National is a glimpse of what's to come. A limping Woods with a defeated look on his face, unable to make it through all the rounds of a game he once made look like child's play. The 15-time major champion withdrew from Augusta in the middle of the third round because of his plantar fasciitis, which got worse because of the heavy rain and cold weather. He stuck around for the first two rounds somehow and finished the second round with a score of 73. And it's safe to say that his tired shots and forced confidence made millions of his fans cry, and not in a good way. It just wasn't the Tiger Woods the world knows. And when I say it was a glimpse into the future, I meant it, because the 47-year-old made it sound like this was his last appearance at Augusta. He said he doesn't know how many Masters he's got left in him. Mind you, this is the absolute beast who has a record of claiming the green jacket at Augusta a whopping 5 times. So yeah, 2023 was supposed to reveal what Tiger's career will look like, and it looks like things are worse than we thought. And not just the fans. Tiger himself might have overestimated his health too. During the end of the 2022 golf season, the 15-time major champion laid out his plans for the future. They were simple. He was going to get out there and play all 4 majors and possibly win one. And on top of that, he was going to play at a couple of events now and then, but 2023 had plans of its own, and it's pointing towards the big word, retirement. See, he first appeared at the Genesis Invitational earlier this year and finished T45. Then the world expected him at Arnold Palmer, but he didn't show up because he was saving his strength for the Masters. And, well, we all know how that turned out. Unfortunately, Woods had to withdraw from the Masters because even all the strength he saved up wasn't enough to let his body walk 72 holes. After seeing that, the golfing world is sure that even the humble schedule Woods had projected for himself last year will be too much for him to do. There are 3 majors left now: the PGA Championship, the US Open, and the Open Championship. And yeah, it doesn't look like he'll play, much less win, any of them. He might want to try his hand at the PGA Championship next month, but analysts are doubting that he'll be able to walk that course. So, does it even suit a legend like him to keep holding on to the game even when he can't play the majors? Depends on who you ask. Listen, only Tiger gets to decide what he wants to do, but that hasn't stopped people from talking. Tiger's old-time rival, Colin Montgomery, for one, thinks that the 47-year-old should take his leave. He thinks it's already too late, and the 15-time major champion should have said his goodbyes back in 2022, when he didn't make the cut for the Open Championship and was walking away from the course with tears in his eyes. And he's got a point. Waving a final goodbye from the Swilcan Bridge would have been a memorable end to an iconic career. Analyst Butch Harmon also kind of agrees with the retirement crowd. He was talking about the recent episode at the Masters, and according to him, seeing a miserable Tiger fighting for his life on the course is far worse than not seeing him play at all. He said he was hoping the legend wouldn't make the cut because of how hard it was to witness him like that. Many fans also agree with this. Knowing that your fave is not as good as he used to be is one thing, but witnessing his very downfall in real time is just unbearable. But then there are others who don't care if he wins or not, they just want to see him play. Also, many fans think that even if he doesn't return to his past glory, he'll recover enough to play a decent game. And sure, the fighter spirit Woods has is out of this world, but I'm afraid there's no coming back from what his body is going through this time, because age really is catching up with him. Understandably, some of his fans are still holding on to the hope of Woods finding his way out of this nightmare. After all, he's risen from the ashes quite a few times before. In 2008, he won the US Open one-legged. Yep, his leg had 2 fractures, and he won the major with ease. Even as recently as 2019, he made a comeback from a bad time in his career and life by taking the green jacket, the last major he's won. This man has been injured and had back problems more times than you could count on your fingers and toes. But all those times, one thing was different. He was young. His body was quick to recover. If the 2021 accident had happened a decade earlier, the chances of him recovering would look much better. But at 47, it's too much to ask of his body. His right leg was so badly injured in this crash that doctors were this close to amputating it. And now he has plantar fasciitis to deal with too, which makes walking hell, especially in cold weather. So yeah, time is not on his side.
Enough just to go right out there and continue playing. So we knew he was behind the 8 ball. You just hate to see him in this position. We really appreciate what he's trying to do. He doesn't have to do this anymore as far as I'm concerned.
And him putting his body under more stress will only make things worse. But then again, does he have to put it under all that stress? Because, well, there are alternatives. Last year, after the PNC Championship, Woods was very honest about his golf. And he observed that his only problem after coming back from the injury is walking the course, not hitting the ball.
Cut number all day long, but this birdie here at 15 ultimately was the reason he did make that cut.
Absolutely, and this is the only green on this golf course this week. He made a putt over 10 feet long.
Now, at this year's Genesis Invitational, analysts and experts all agreed on the same thing. He can still hit like Tiger Woods, he just can't walk like him. But it's what Jack Nicklaus said that stuck with a lot of people. The Golden Bear thinks the 47-year-old should give senior golf a try. See, at senior golf, walking the holes won't be a problem. The buggies will do the hard work, and this way, we'll get to see him in action more often, too. But then again, he doesn't have to play anywhere if his body isn't allowing him to. He's got nothing to prove, and let's be honest, he'll always have his place in the golfing world.
Maybe. I think he wants to try to play the PGA Championship. That is, if his body allows him to play it. LA Country Club is a place that he's never played a major championship before, and he's a California guy.
Seriously, this man has 15 majors and 82 PGA wins. He's done it all. So what if he can't play like he used to? So what if he retires? He single-handedly brought golf where it is today. His name, his place in golf is going nowhere ever. Rory McIlroy also thinks the same. Tiger doesn't have to be in there in person for his presence to be felt. The sponsors, the hype, the gyms at the courses, the young terrific talent in golf today, it's all there because Tiger brought it there.
Those of us who grew up with Tiger right around the same age, and he's the one that made golf cool and fun for us to watch. No offense to those who came before Tiger.
So yeah, I take it back. The king hasn't fallen because the throne will always be his, and that was all about what Tiger Woods' future might hold.